Namaste students. Continuation of exercise 8.1 in chapter 8 trigonometry. Question number 6. If angle A and angle B are acute angles such that cos A is equal to cos B, which is given, cos A is equal to cos B, then show that angle A is equal to angle B. So first we'll draw a right angled triangle like this. So they are asking us to show that angle A is equal to angle B if cos A is equal to cos B. So here cos A is equal to adjacent divided by hypotenuse as we know. So here adjacent of angle A is AC and hypotenuse of this triangle is AB. So AC divided by AB will be the ratio cos A. So cos A is equal to AC divided by AB. And cos B, the angle B is here and the adjacent side is BC and not AC. So BC divided by AB again. So adjacent divided by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse will not be changing since it is the larger side in the right angled triangle. So BC divided by AB. So it is given that cos A is equal to cos B. Therefore, AC by AB is equal to BC by AB. AC by AB is equal to BC by AB. So both the ABs gets cancelled, denominators gets cancelled. So we have AC is equal to BC. So it is given that AC is equal to BC. From the given information, we have taken this. So since two sides are equal, we can say this as a isosceles triangle. So it is an isosceles triangle. So the base angles of this isosceles triangles will be equal. Since these two sides are equal, the angle which is opposite to this side and the angle which is opposite to this side will be equal, which means angle which is opposite to AC, angle B, and angle which is opposite to BC, angle A, will be equal. So therefore, since it is an isosceles triangle, angle A and angle B are equal. We have proved that angle A is equal to angle B. Hence proved. Moving on to the seventh question. It is given that if cot theta is equal to 7 by 8, evaluate first subdivision 1 plus sine theta into 1 minus sine theta whole divided by 1 plus cos theta into 1 minus cos theta. Second subdivision cot square theta. So first subdivision, we have to find sine theta and cos theta. So for that, we have to draw the diagram. So first draw a right angled triangle. We know that cot theta is equal to adjacent divided by opposite. So let this angle be theta. Adjacent is this one, 7 divided by opposite is 8. So 7 and 8 are given like this. So we have to find the hypotenuse. So we know that AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square using Pythagoras theorem. So square root of 7 square plus 8 square, which is square root of 49 plus 64, which is square root of 113. So we have hypotenuse as square root of 113. Sometimes you will get an irrational number like this, whereas sometimes we get a perfect square. So it is not like that every time you will get a perfect square like 25, 36, 49 like that. So find other ratios. So we can find we know cot theta. So we can find sine, cos, and whatever required. All the six ratios we can find using this triangle, right? So in first subdivision, we need to know sine theta and cos theta. So here sine theta is 8 by root 113 and cos theta is adjacent 7 by root 113. So we know that sine theta is 8 by 100 and root 113 and cos theta is 7 by root 113. Just substitute the values in that expression and simplify, you will get the answer. Second subdivision is cot square theta. So cot square theta is nothing but cot theta the whole square. Find the value of cot theta and just square the value. As we know, cot theta is equal to 7 by 8. So the square of 7 by 8 is 49 divided by 64. Nothing else. Moving on to eighth question. It is given that if 3 times cot A is equal to 4, 3 into cot A is equal to 4. Therefore, I am taking this 3 to the other side. Cot A is equal to 4 divided by 2. So cot A is adjacent divided by opposite. So this is angle A, again right angle triangle, right angle at B. So let this be angle A. So opposite is this one, adjacent is this one. Cot A is adjacent divided by opposite. So 4 divided by 3. So using Pythagoras theorem, we can find the hypotenuse, which is 5 centimeter in this case. So first, we have to check whether 1 minus tan square A whole divided by 1 plus tan square A is equal to cos square A minus secant square A or not. We have to check whether these two are equal or not. So we'll be finding LHS separately and RHS separately. So for that, we need to know sin A, cos A and tan A. So first tan A is equal to 1 by cot A or opposite by adjacent. Either ways you will get the same thing. Opposite by adjacent 3 by 4 or 1 by cot A. We know that cot A is equal to 4 by 3. Therefore tan A is equal to 3 by 4. So sin A is equal to opposite divided by hypotenuse 3 divided by 5 and cos A is equal to adjacent divided by hypotenuse 4 divided by 5. So we know all the three ratios that we need. Left hand side is 1 minus tan square A divided by 1 plus tan square A, which is equal to 1 minus tan A value is 3 by 4. So tan square A is equal to tan A whole square, as we have seen in the previous sum. So 3 by 4 whole square, the whole divided by 1 plus 3 by 4 whole square. So which is equal to 1 minus 9 by 16, the whole divided by 1 plus 9 by 16. We have to take LCM in the numerator and denominator. So 16 minus 9 by 16, 16 plus 9 by 16, like this. So 16 and 16 gets cancelled since these two are the denominators. We cannot cancel it here because we have addition and subtraction in the numerator and denominator. So we have to take LCM first. Then now we can cancel the denominators. So 16 minus 9 is 7. 16 plus 9 is 25. So LHS is 7 by 25. Keep it as the first equation. Then moving on to right hand side. So right hand side we have cos square A minus sin square A. So we know cos A is equal to 4 by 5 and sin A is equal to 3 by 5. So 4 by 5 whole square minus 3 by 5 whole square. So 4 by 5 whole square is 16 by 9 minus 16 by 25 minus 9 by 25, which is 7 by 25. Since the denominators are same, we can subtract the numerator straight away. So 7 by 25. Keep it as second equation. So LHS is 7 by 25 and RHS is 7 by 25. So from these two equations, we can say that LHS is equal to RHS henceforth. Ninth question, I'll do one summation. I'll give you the hint. In a right angled triangle, ABC, right angled at B, if tan A is equal to 1 by root 3, find the value of first two subdivisions above. So I'll tell you the hint. Tan A is equal to 1 by root 3, opposite divided by adjacent, which is BC divided by AB. Opposite is BC and adjacent is AB for angle A. So this is 1 and this is root 3. 1 divided by root 3 is given here. So with this diagram, we can find the hypotenuse. So hypotenuse is equal to 2. So now we know all the three sides. We can find sin A, cos A, tan A, secant A, cosecant A, cot A, all the 6 trigonometric ratios. So just find the values which are needed and substitute in the given expression and simplify, you will get the answer. Moving on to the 10th question. In triangle PQR, right angled at Q, PR plus QR is equal to 25 centimeter and PQ is equal to 5 centimeter. So we have a little twist in the question which has to be handled carefully. Determine the value of sin P, cos P and tan P. So if we find all the three sides of the triangle, we can find the ratios easily. The thing is, we have to find the three sides of the triangle. Given that PQ is equal to 5 centimeter, first draw the triangle PQR, right angled at Q as stated in the question. So PQ is equal to 5 centimeter and it is given that PR plus QR is equal to 25 centimeter. As of now, we don't know what is PR and what is QR. But we know that PR square is equal to PQ square plus QR square using Pythagoras theorem. So taking this QR to the other side, we have PR square minus QR square is equal to PQ square. So now this left hand side is in the form of A square minus B square. Using the formula A plus B into A minus B here, we have PR plus QR and PR minus QR is equal to, we know the value of PQ, which is 5 centimeter, so 5 square. So PR plus QR into PR minus QR is equal to 5 square, 25. From the first equation, we can say that PR plus QR is equal to 25 centimeter. Substituting this value here, which is 25 here, into PR minus QR is equal to 25, 5 square. So taking this 25 to the other side, PR minus QR is equal to 25 divided by 25 is equal to 1. Since this is in multiplication, when it goes to the other side, it goes into denominator, division. So we have two equations. One is PR plus QR is equal to 25. The other is PR minus QR is equal to 1. So we have two linear equations in two variables. So pair of linear equations in two variables. So we know how to solve this one. Just add both the equations. PR plus QR is equal to 25. PR minus QR is equal to 25. And QR plus QR minus QR gets cancelled. We have 2 times PR is equal to 25 plus 1, 26. So 2 times PR is equal to 26. PR is equal to 26 divided by 2, which is 30. So if both the sides, if we have both are positive, if we have both positive, we'll be changing the sign in the second equation. Since I have one positive and one negative, it gets cancelled when I add. So PR is equal to 13. Substitute this value in the first equation. 13 plus QR is equal to 25. Therefore, QR is equal to 25 minus 13. QR is equal to 12. So PR is equal to 13. QR is equal to 12. PQ is equal to 5. So now we know all the three sides of the triangle. We can find sine P, cos P, and tan P. The thing is, angle is here. Therefore, this is opposite, this is adjacent, this is hypotenuse. Be careful on what angle is being chosen. If angle R is chosen, this will be opposite, this will be adjacent. Anyways, this will be the hypotenuse. Complete the sum with the triangle. 11th question. State whether the following are true or false. Justify your answer. The value of tan A is always less than 1. So the value of tan A, should it be always less than 1? We'll check. So let this be angle A. So this is angle A. So opposite is this one, adjacent is this one. So here opposite divided by adjacent should be less than 1 is what given here. So we don't know whether opposite is greater or adjacent is greater. So sometimes in some problems opposite will be greater, in some problems adjacent will be greater. So if opposite is greater, sometimes if tan A is equal to 4 by 3, which is possible. So tan A is equal to 4 by 3. We have the value of tan A is 1.33, which is greater than 1. For example, we'll check in this sum itself. Here, tan P is equal to 12 divided by 5, which is greater than 1. Whereas tan R is equal to 5 divided by 12, which is less than 1. So both the cases are possible in tan theta, tan A. So it can be either less than 1 or greater than 1. So it is not always less than 1. Therefore, first statement is false. Second one, secant A is equal to 12 by 5 for some value of angle A. For some values, the numerator is greater than the denominator, they are same. So we know that secant A is at hypotenuse divided by adjacent. So we know that hypotenuse will be greater than adjacent because hypotenuse is the longer side of the triangle. Therefore, 12 is greater than 5. Therefore, this is true. Third one, cos A is the abbreviation used for the cosecant angle of A. Cosecant of angle A. So here also we have COS as the first three letters. So as I said in the introduction, This is complement of secant angle. This is not complement of sine. Cos represents complement of sine angle. Therefore, this is false. Cot A is the product of cot and A. No, it is not. It is the ratio of two sides of the triangle for angle A. Therefore, fourth one is also false. Fifth one, sin theta is equal to 4 divided by 3 for some angle theta. We know that sin theta is equal to opposite divided by hypotenuse. So opposite is here, hypotenuse is here. And we know that hypotenuse will always be greater than the other two sides because the longer side of the triangle is known as hypotenuse. So for sine, the denominator should be hypotenuse, which should be greater than the numerator. Here the denominator is less than numerator, 4 divided by 3. Therefore, this is false. So always for sine theta, numerator will be less than denominator, and for cos theta also numerator will be less than denominator. It can be equal but never greater than denominator. Both the sides can be equal. So the values of sine and cos angles will always be less than or equal to 1.